Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Adrienne with Inspired by Adrienne Denise, and I am so happy that you're here with me today. So I just want to go ahead and get right into the video because I feel like this video has taken forever for me to put out there. So real quick, number one, just want to start out by saying I so appreciate you guys tuning into my channel. I know that it has been a while since I have posted a video, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. So for those of you who don't know, if you're brand new to my shop or if you have not followed me on Instagram or Facebook for some time, I just wanted to talk a little bit about myself, where I started, how I got started in the wonderful world of sewing and crafting, and then talk a little bit about just the transitions that are going on in my business. So I started sewing about close to 10 years ago when my oldest was 1, actually about 10 years ago. And since then, my business has evolved so much. I started out making children's clothing, and then ladies' clothing, and then back to children's clothing. And now I am in the wonderful world of accessories. I absolutely love it. I totally love just being able to take an outfit and spice it up with a little bit of accessories. And so that is why I decided to get into making accessories. And I just really thought that that was my niche and that is what I love to do. So fast forward to now, I was in the market for a heavier duty machine. I wouldn't say industrial because I don't really have the space, nor do I want a dedicated table for an industrial machine. And so I started really doing my research, and I started to kind of look at some heavier duty machines that would work well for me, because I love, and for you that don't know it, you can actually click the link below. In my shop, I work a lot with genuine leather. And so for me, just being able to use a machine that could handle the thickness of leather was super important. And so I wanted a machine that was still home-like. I don't even know if that's the word to use for a sewing machine. But anyway, I wanted a machine that, again, was not dedicated to a huge sewing table, but then I wanted something that would be able to stand up to leather. And so I started researching this machine, which it is the Brother PQ1500SL. And I know that this is still considered a domestic, but I also consider it a semi-industrial machine personally. And I'll tell you why. Now, I also want to put out the disclaimer that I am in no way affiliated with Brother. This is an unbiased review. This is going to be my honest opinion about this machine. This is going to be pros and cons that I have, that I feel about this machine. So these are my opinions. This is definitely not something that has been sponsored by Brother. And so I will tell anybody, do your own research, do your additional research. It's just, I know that when I was looking into this machine, there were very few videos about this machine out there. And so I thought that I would share my thoughts and opinions with you guys. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and put this out there that this video will not be a video where we are learning to thread this machine and operating this machine. This is going to be the basic, honest review of this machine and just showing you some of the things that came with the machine, so that you can make a decision on whether or not this is something that you would be interested in. Now, if you are interested in a video where I actually show you how to thread this machine and operate this machine and wind a bobbin on this machine, then please let me know below in the comments. I would love to do that. It's just this particular video is just going to be the very basics, and it's not going to show you everything there is to know about this machine. So I'm gonna go ahead ahead and I am going to start out. Like I said, I have some pros and some cons when it comes to this machine. And I'm also going to tell you a few snafus that I ran into with this machine that really made me want to send this back to Amazon. Again, if you don't want honesty, this is not the video for you. If you want an honest, unbiased opinion, then stick around because, sis, I am going to fill you in. All right, so let's just talk about one of the reasons that I decided to go with this machine. Again, I was not really interested in a full-out industrial machine. I was interested in a heavy-duty machine, and I did purchase a heavy-duty machine right after purchasing this one. I'll do another video on that one, but we are just going to talk about this Brother PQ1500SL today. So, I am just going to start out by saying that I was looking at this machine, but I was also looking at the Juki 2010 QI, I believe, and the Juki 2000 QI. Now, the only difference in this machine and the Juki 2010 Q or QI, whatever, I'm probably saying it wrong, is that the Juki actually has an automatic speed control. This one does not. But outside of that, the features in this Brother machine far outweighed the features on the Juki. So that is why one of the reasons why I decided to opt out for this machine. Another reason is because I am a Brother girl through and through. I was about to say so and so. I don't know where that came from, but wow. Guys, anyway. So Brother is definitely my choice when it comes to sewing machines. Now, after owning this sewing machine for almost a month, okay, I literally almost threw this machine out the window, and I'm going to tell you why. But I'm also going to tell you why I had to weigh the good with the bad and why I decided to stick with this machine. So, number one, let me just talk about some of the features that you're going to find on this machine. So, I absolutely love the automatic thread cutter. You're going to have the automatic needle thingy, the automatic needle threader, which I never use. I have that on my other machines. I just never use that feature. But for someone who may be looking for that feature, that's, you definitely have that. One of the things that's a little bit different with this machine and my, your typical sewing machine, domestic sewing machine, is that you wind the bobbin, and actually the bobbin is on the side of the machine. Not only that, your needle is not facing, the eye of your needle does not face forward, it faces to the left of the machine. So you're going to thread from the left of the machine. So that in itself, those two things are definitely something that you have to get used to and something that you have to adjust to, like mentally. For me, I had to adjust to it mentally. Also, something else that's a little bit different for me is that the presser foot lift is in the back of the machine. So I'm used to just the presser foot lift being here, but it's in the back of the machine, which is not a big deal for me. I adjust, so I'm good with that. And of course, over here you have the thread thingy that and let me just tell you, for all of the professionals out there that are probably going to comment with, well, it's really not a thread thingy, this is the proper term. I know that there's a proper term, but I'm going to tell you again, on this channel, you're just going to get the real me, and I am probably not going to say things the right way. And if you want to leave a comment with corrections, awesome, perfect, that's fine. But just know that I'm just being me, and I just call it a thread thingy. So as you can see, it lifts pretty high, which kind of reminds me of a serger, because you have your thread mechanism type things up top, like up. So yeah, that's pretty cool for me. You have your little bobbin winder over here. That's, definitely a little bit different. You have your stitch length. You have, of course, your reverse lever here. This is going to adjust your feed dogs. And then you also have your pressure adjuster is what I call it. This is how you adjust in here, or your presser foot adjuster, I'm sorry. This is basically how you're going to adjust the pressure that your foot places on your fabric. So that's just a couple of few very basic things. Now this machine also comes with this super long, like it was so long that if I got this in the video, you wouldn't even be able to see it because I would have to pull my camera like way back. So anyway, this is the extra, like the extended table thing, like the extended table for it, which I super duper love. Now I also have the Brother CS6000, and I actually love that machine because I have the extended table with it as well. So I absolutely love this part of this machine. Now, just so you know, this is typically, I believe that this is actually a quilting machine, which is why you have this extra extended table here. But I absolutely love that option. I love having the extra workspace. So that was definitely something for me that I was looking for in a machine. So super love it. It's super wide. Like I said, you can't even see my arm over here, but it's super wide. So if you're looking for that, this is definitely a great machine for you. You also have this that goes in the front. I couldn't really put it on, but this is your automatic, your knee lift. So you can actually put this on, move your knee, and this will actually lift your presser foot for you. So I thought that was super cool. I really love that. And this is just really the package of goodies that came with the machine. It's just got a ton of stuff in here. So, one other thing that I really love about this machine is the fact that it came with a walking foot. So my Brother CS6000 came with a walking foot too. So I'm kind of one of those people that I love machines now, and I love the fact that they are coming with, you know, you can get them with walking foots. You don't, walking feet, not walking foots. Sorry. But you don't necessarily have to go and purchase a separate one. So I really love the fact that it comes with a walking foot. Also with the presser feet, one of the things that I really love about this machine is that when I am using it to install zippers, I don't have to switch to the zipper foot because this foot is actually narrow, and so it really provides that extra space that you need when you're sewing on a zipper. So I really love that option. Like, it's super cool. I love basically everything about this machine. Like, I am in love with it, right? I am super in love with this machine, which brings me to one of, or actually the only, let me just tell you, the only thing about this machine that literally made me want to send it back to Amazon. Like, I actually requested the return and was about to send it today, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. So get ready for it. So one of the things with this machine that has bugged me since day one, that has driven me crazy, driven me batty about this machine, is that when you start your stitches and you back stitch, you have nesting. It drives me crazy. And let me just tell you one of the reasons why I had to sit back and say, okay, now the rest of the stitches are fine. And to be honest, it doesn't do that every single time. If it did it every single time, I think I would worry a little bit more. But let me just tell you, I noticed with my Brother CS6000 that if I'm not careful, it will do a little bit of nesting too. And I'm really starting to think that with the top bobbin or the type of machines that these, I don't really know, because even my heavy duty machine does the same thing. Now, what changed my mind about sending this machine back is that I actually asked the question in a couple of sewing groups that I'm in, if anyone else had this issue, and I was so amazed at how many people had the same issue. Now, you've also got to think about, I typically do not even use a regular sewing machine. I sew mostly with knits. That's what I have done for the last 8, 9, 10 years. So I typically work with my serger and my cover stitch. So it is so funny to me, and I know this may sound crazy, that even though I've sewn for this many years, I am still learning little tweaks and things on regular sewing machines. That sounds really crazy. But when I tell you that there are things on regular sewing machines that I am still having to pull out my manual for, and still having to ask questions about, I was like, oh my gosh, like I seriously, and it's always opposite with other people, because there's so many people that are intimidated by sewing with knits, whereas sewing with knits that's what I'm comfortable with. So one of the things that I had to stop and think about, I did a lot of troubleshooting, and I actually was able to play with the tension quite a bit more. And I eliminated a little bit of it, but I think what's happening is that when I start my stitches, if I don't pull my tail like towards the back and hold it a little bit taut, then I'm having that nesting issue. So some of the suggestions that I had, and I'm not sure, and you guys can put them in the comments below if you have suggestions as to how to eliminate this. Please let me know, because I am not a pro with this machine. I am not 100% like I know this machine through and through. I'm still learning about this machine, and I'm still learning about all of the machines I have. I feel like in sewing and crafting, there's always something that you can learn. So I'm never going to say that I have arrived. So definitely, if you have some suggestions, let me know. Now, I also know that when there is an issue with the thread bunching or tangling on the bottom, that's typically an issue with the threading up top. Now, I have threaded this machine a million and a zillion, gazillion, bajillion times, so I don't think that it's the threading. But what I found was that there were quite a few people that actually said that when they sew on their regular machines, or their straight stitch machines, they actually start on a test piece of fabric with everything that they sew. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So when I started doing that, I immediately saw a change. But it was so weird to me that that's something that's very typical for most seamstresses. So I'm definitely relieved that, number one, that this happens with other people and it's not just this machine. But also amazed at the fact that there are just so many quirks and things that you just really have to learn about your machine. So that actually gave me a little bit of confidence to just continue working with it. Overall, this machine is absolutely amazing. The only thing, and again, I believe it's user error. That is the only reason that I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep it and deal with that part of it, because I'm seeing a change just in changing a few of my techniques. So I 100% would recommend this machine. This machine I found on Amazon. I'm actually going to link it below. Now, it will be an affiliate link, and so you can just click that link and go directly to Amazon and purchase it. For the price point, I really thought that this was a great deal, and I have not regretted my decision. Even with the issue of just trying to figure out the nesting, I still have not regretted this decision. I am so happy about this. And let me just tell you, this machine is a workhorse, okay? I have sewn through layers and layers and layers of leather like butter, okay? One of the things that I will say is that you just want to make sure you have the right size needle. And again, if you are interested in seeing me thread this machine, wind the bobbin, sew through layers of leather or whatever, let me know in the comments below. I absolutely love this machine. I think this machine is going to be a great addition to my sewing arsenal. Again, like I said earlier, I do have a heavy duty machine that I purchased. I am still trying to decide if it's a great fit for me. I am planning to do a video for that one as well, but if you guys are interested in knowing more about the Brother, and I have to look because I feel like I'm like switching the letters up. If you're interested in knowing more about the Brother PQ1500SL, please let me know. I would love to do just a test video for you guys. It's just, I knew that I mentioned on Instagram that I was going to be doing a video and I was like, oh goodness, I forgot. So anyway, great little machine. I think it'll be a great addition to your sewing rooms if you are looking for something that will work well with vinyl. It works perfect with vinyl. I know that a lot of people buy like the Teflon foot or the non-stick foot. I actually found that with my walking foot in this machine, I have no issues. I'm able to sew through several layers of vinyl with this machine, just with the feet that come with it. So anyway, like I said, if you are interested, just let me know. I would love to show you more about this machine. And if this video was helpful to you, please comment below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. We are new and we're starting out, but I would love to do more videos that could be helpful for you guys. So that's it, guys. We are done with this video. Again, it was just a quick informational video, nothing about, how to operate the machine. I will come back later and do a video on that if you are interested. But definitely, if you are looking for a really good, heavier duty, semi-industrial machine, I definitely recommend this one. It has been amazing. Still some things that I am learning about it, but I definitely believe that it's something that I can conquer, and I am super excited. So I hope you guys have an amazing day and an amazing week, and I will meet you right back here for our next video. Bye.